Alright, Chancellor, today is an auspicious day. We're going to get a lot done, you and I. Colour me intrigued, your majesty. And what, pray tell, has stirred you? The completion of the Great Survey. The record of all landed properties, planets, granary stocks, fed shares, trade agreements, population counts, androids, robots, development ratings, and everything else relevant to which my rule may be judged. With this, my reign as Emperor is indisputably one of prosperity. And so, armed with this, you now intend to do what, exactly? Fetch your finest quill, or get your notebook open on your pad, my good man. I have an address to the people of the Empire. Then you may begin when ready, sir. I, Emperor Jiraiya, ordained by the Imperial Charter, ascender of the Second Throne, parentheses, write to you today in earnest hope that these words find you well. In my time as a servant of the people, I have laboured to rebuild our once glorious nation, to bring it back into an era in which the people, all people, would be proud and happy to live in and look back on with pride. I have nourished the hungry and banished the famine into the chapters of history, brought new worlds and opportunities to the aspiring settlers whose aspirations led them to the ever-expanding frontiers. Our ministries expand, our academies upscale. The pride of the Empire, our navy, grows with strengthening confidence and power above the skylines of our enemies, and have brought androids and prosperity to your worlds. But I have not brought the Empire into the light. I've dragged it, kicking and screaming. I, after much deliberation concerning the Empire and its people, institutions, and its most loyal and irreplaceable servants, from soldier to courtier, I have concluded, with a deeply saddened heart, that it is deeply and almost irrevocably flawed. I have not known an enemy greater than those of the forces within the shuttered halls of the Empire itself. And you, my people, have seen it too. You've seen it in the food lines, seen it in the perilous mines, in the hospitals, in your very own apartments. You know what I speak of, the innumerous and undefinable forces that coalesce to drag you down. And it is to them who I speak to now, those elements of our nation who are of such a disposition, to the dissidents, to the soon-to-be subjugated Vics, to the officers, governors, and courtiers who find their positions through nepotism, and to any of my counts and dukes who would seek to oppose the long-awaited reforms that the people have all but forgotten is their right to demand of us. To all those people, know that I am the unstoppable instrument of your demise. Your time will come, slowly, but once you see it coming, there will be nothing in your power to stop it. That's everything, Chancellor. Have someone brush that up. Throw in some other examples of what a marvellous job I've done too. Very good, my lord. Why not have this broadcast in a speech? Ovation stokes much greater spirit. Too high profile. Makes it sound like these sweeping reforms are coming sometime soon. This is propaganda, one aimed at my lovely, humble citizens. I didn't have those statues of me built for nothing, old chum. I'm a dictator, not a politician. People see all those statues. They look upon them and think, that is the face of the man who fed my children. The man who got my brother his job in the ministry. The man who conquered the very soil that I am standing on. And now, the man who fights against the unseen rulers in the ivory towers, responsible for my hazardous workplace conditions. The strong man who wrestled his government into introducing standards for my gruel. And the man who begrudgingly lowered the taxes just so they could buy football tickets. The greatest sport to ever exist way! In fact, Wilson, have the taxes lowered for a while, and raise the taxes for my vassals, just for a bit. Give them something good to associate with the coming of my address. Very well. I shall have the budget adjustments drafted for your approval. Now, I have several invoices addressed for your eyes only. Anything important? Oh, just formalities regarding where we should source the caviar for the next banquet, security details for your next ceremonial opening of a cemetery to bury the dead who fought in our wars, something about a robot that prepares human hors d'oeuvres, and a missing Ferox container. Yeah, I think you better hand those to me. You don't want me to shred them? Not this time. I'll shred them when I'm done. It's really no trouble. Yes, well, if you don't hand them to me, there will be. Thank you. Now don't just stand there. Get back to work. Shoo, 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 shoo. Ah, finally. Oh, now you are one nasty piece of work. Oh, my dear. Me and you, we're going to do great things together. Hello once again, and welcome back to No Reason to Cry. So, I've done a bit of looking around before the thing started, and mainly it was to look to see if I could fix the food problem, as despite my efforts, we're still hanging around the 99%, which isn't bad, and has been helped immensely by the food placebo effects and the food processor stuff. But there's not really much more I could do about it. I did look around for planets with high food amounts and such. There wasn't really that many that I could see that were within easy grasp, as a lot of these places are barren rocks, besides stuff like this, which is pretty far out. And one of the main problems is that, really, we just aren't colonizing things fast enough. All this stuff that I conquered and whatnot ages ago is still being colonized, and that's because we only send out one colony ship at a time. Only one colony ship goes out, it has to fully colonize a planet, which it takes about 4 turns to do, and only then do they even start building up the infrastructure and such. And there's a lot of planets they need to colonize. Now, this could be helped with this, and I have considered getting it, as we are ticking up to soon get it in a few turns. But at the same time, I really want the Reforms Act, because this gets some pretty decent stuff underway. So it's going to be a choice between these two when it comes to it. I'll probably get the Reforms Act. In other news, the Nibal, was it? Yes, the Zibal. That's still on the track to death. The Talmech have been wiped out now completely, besides their population. And as a result, I have decided to now change my stance to ignore. We're still technically at war with them. A little bit of delayed imperial bureaucracy. We're still technically at war with them. Dormant. Yeah, dormant. And what else? Oh, yes. I was also looking at the communication range. We have communication towers. The better they are, that helps with tactical stuff, loyalty, and their output bonus. As you can see here, this is the output bonus. Communication range plus 0%. It's just because it's adequate, so no bonus. But if we go to, like, Terra, its bonus admittedly is only 10%. But it's a bonus, and it also helps for loyalty, I believe. 10 plus 10%. Security, I'm not sure what you can really do to increase this, to be fair. I think it's just the average rebel support overall, or something like that. Anyway, since we're out in quite deep space here, with no communication bonus, and since these planets already have cities and people on them, we don't really need to colonize them, except for this one for some reason. And we're in the middle of getting you dead. Oh, here we go. So I will build a communication tower here to whap that up, and hey ho, we now have communication bonuses. And that's pretty dandy. And I was considering putting one up here somewhere. Ah, yes, next to the hive. There's no reason for panic. Yeah, another communication tower. There we are. And that'll even help them with fighting, you know, because they can now use radios or something like that. That's it, yes. Go back to overview. And that's it for the communication stuff. There was some other stuff I wanted to do to get things ticking over in the right way. I want to get one of these houses back on the good side. Since they're a rival and have they don't have any grudges, but they're a rival, and I think that means I just have more bad events with them overall anyway. So it's with House Londacron that I want to try and smooth things over a little bit. And I remembered that, my wife, dear wife, whatever her name was, wanted me to marry someone. And this is just like a freebie to fix things over real well. This will remove all the grudges, of which I think there are 2 with this house. Give me plus 50 opinion with them, that gives them plus 5 monarchism, so they just like me even more, and admittedly some authority. But it's super cheap, and it doesn't take much effort. And we know how the Emperor is with putting effort in. So there we go. Marry off someone to them, and everything's almost forgotten. In fact, we could very soon get them to a very happy stance with us. Could send them a small gift and write a personal letter. Well, yeah, let's do that. Yep, and yep. And I do have one more heraldic thing to give out. What is it? Guardian of the Empire. Yes, just a nice little platitude. There you go. Who are you? Adam. Well, congratulations, Adam. I'm sure you worked hard to earn it. Deserve it. Discern it. There you go. And now they're cordial with us. All fine and dandy. The Great Council. Oh yeah, I don't need that. What else was I gonna do? Yes, the taxes. Since corruption has been wiped out for a while, I figure we can lower the taxes a wee bit. There we are. And just to make up for that, we'll do average tax. The aristocracy can handle it for a wee bit. Do I want to change the budget? Not really. I don't really want to mess around with this anymore. I mean, that's not going to do anything for us because we can't even, pardon me, reach the max anyway. But yes, it is going up. I did look at modernizing our ships too, but we don't have enough modernization points. If you will have a look, I only have 25, and the cheapest ones don't cost 40, so can't modernize anything. And there was one other thing, rare resources. I have marked some places for conquest, which have some of these luxury resources. I don't quite remember where they are right now, but if I go to rare resources, oh, I didn't mark that. Oh wait, no, I did. I marked that one. There we go. I think I marked that one. Yep. And I believe there's some tritanium over here, but that's yeah, I don't want to get into that right now. And was there anything else I wanted to do? I don't think so. The research is taking over, the finances have been changed, the noble houses are, well, one of them likes me much more, the industry is what it is. I still don't want to do any of these as, again, they're very expensive. They cost 1,000 coins per turn and take 50 turns to complete. So that's that. And the food problem is just going to persist with us indefinitely. Until now. There we go. Huzzah, it's fixed. And yes, the war with the Vics, that's going to be happening. And I'm not sure how well it's going to go. They actually have more minerals than us, but they have much less economy points. And I'm not quite sure how that weighs into it, because money doesn't really affect how much fleets I can use. You know, they're free, apparently, besides the minerals. I don't pay my fleet anything, apparently, besides maybe some maintenance upkeep. So everything seems fine and dandy, but I will just check how it's actually going against them. We didn't even attack them. Oh, great. So, the war's not happening. I've still got the stance sets to peaceful coexistence, as I don't want to completely murder them, and well, or I don't want to get murdered by them. And, you know, in the interests of maybe not getting into war with the other two more significant ones, let's invite their ambassadors, see if we can get anything done at the next audience. Battles, exploration, and colonization. Yep, there we go. One planet colonized. Which one was it? Is planet... Oh, wait, what? Oh, Eclipse. It says center on it, but it's like always off to like the right somewhere, and it's very confusing. Yeah, for some reason our navy just left Seamos, even though it was still contested. That's quite common, to be frank. You know, they go home, have a drink. Yeah, it's... Yeah, or how many people are we going to lose? Oh, you know, 120 something. I'm going to guess it's 120 million or something like that. Maybe not million, but, you know, a large amount of incompetence getting a large amount of men killed. They're all going to die pretty soon, probably. In turn? Yep, and it's gone. Oh, well. So sad. Ooh, we lost that. We lost that to the hive. We lost that to the hive. But they're contested anyway, so it's probably fine. Probably. Are we actually doing anything? Are we actually trying? We actually attacked them. They absolutely walloped us. Yeah, it's going fine. Let's have a look at Rocker. Rocker? Yeah. It's going fine. Intelligence. We bribed the Nagal. I believe they're an insignificant race, and that just gives us improved relations with them. And you know how I am with Xenos relations. Probably why I'm kind of in the shit with the Vix, but you know. Oh well. Yes, we'll just check. Okay, so it looks like we did go back to Seamos. Yep, we killed a bunch of bugs. And it's fine. It's going fine. Oh yes, not just the bugs. How is it with the slugs? It's fine. With the Vix, yeah, it's fine. And the Zibal, yeah, it is fine. I could change around this. I could shift fleet numbers around so that more fleets get directed to a certain direction. But I don't really see the need to. Nothing's too dire, and I can't just stack everything. Yeah, there you go. Maximum 3 sectors can be covered by a fleet, so I can't actually stack it all in one or too many directions anyway. And the competence, the average competence of them all is just about equal, so there's no particular... Oh, except for this one. This one's particularly competent. So there's no particular reason why to, you know, to shift any fleets around, really. And you could spend ages just replacing governors, but it costs, yeah, you have to summon them, wait for an audience, and then get rid of them, and then you roll the dice, an equally terrible governor probably fills his place. It's not worth it. Why is the Baroness over here? Oh yeah, it is terrible over here. The tactical bonus. I don't foresee much more conflict in this region, though, so I'm, again, going to save the money. End turn. We won 3 planets. I'm mainly concerned with the Vix. Yeah, they absolutely wallop us. Can I check where that's happening? Not the Vix, not the Vix, not the Vix. Not the Vix, not the Vix, not the Vix. Oh, there it is. Ah, yeah, Rocker, there we go. We've actually begun a ground invasion. Yippee. Well, so long as we're on the offensive, we're winning. And, yep, our active squadrons amount is still going up, so... So long as that's what's happening, where is it to be found in here? There it is. Yeah, see, it's going up. I say that a lot, but that's essentially the gist of it. So long as it's going up, I'm making more ships than I'm losing. And so long as I'm making more than I'm losing, eventually the enemy will run out of ships. Or I just won't run out of ships and they'll run out of territory. And that just means I'll win eventually. So it's all great. Now, legislation. Legislators. Legislation. Laws. Now, I could double the colonization speed, but really, so if I'm conquering civilized races now, then they have cities anyway for me to inherit, you might say. So there's not much need for that right now, this one right now. And I could improve the communications range, which would be nice, but again, reforms are just too powerful. So let's get the reforms, and then I go to the reforms, and this is where the good stuff comes in. This is where a lot of good stuff comes in. Apparently, none of these have popular support from the people. I guess, again, you know, maybe they just don't like us, but that can't be right. So, which one do I want? Administrative reform. Bureaucracy was calculated as if it was half the size. That might be useful since I'm getting rather large. Characters removed from ministry don't have their loyalty reduced, and I unlock the Project College of Civil Service. Okay. Fiscal reform. Now this one will raise the cap of the 70%. Where is it? Yes, tax efficiency 70%. If I get the good reform, the fiscal reform, then it goes up to 100%, and that just means more money. Wow, quite a bit even with those reduced taxes. And again, I am taxing the aristocracy. How revolutionary of me? I don't know. Not revolutionary. You know, they're rich. They can afford it. Triggers the Galactic Bank event. We don't have a Galactic Bank. How do we manage money without a Galactic Bank? Like everything else in the Empire, I guess we just wing it. Galactic Exchange, Galactic Bank, and we can get the Budget Accounting Bureau, which is another one of those expensive projects. But with more money, we might be able to afford it. Also, judicial reform. Base corruption is halved, and unlocked independent... it's not that bad right now. Let's get the fiscal reform. It has a large amount of support from these houses, but I think I got from one of the banquets. So, yeah, let's initiate that. Now, it's going to take a while to get done. I'm not quite sure how long, but it'll take a while. And speaking of banquets, I think we should organise another one. We do have, you know what? Let's make a lavish one. It's a time of peril for the Empire. Not really, but with the Vix War, we can swing it like that. We can pretend. And we researched hand grenades. What a time to be in the Empire. Congratulations. We now mass produce hand grenades. No need to thank me. No need to thank me. Just basic combat equipment that is required for a war. Yes. Oh, I could increase the plant's the food processing efficiency even more, and I could get food conversion conservation. Okay, so we don't conserve our food either. That's probably why it's so terrible. It rots before it even reaches our citizens. It's okay, but you know, we're at 102%, and we do, I believe it's like for every 10% or something over requirement, it boosts our happiness up by a bit, but it's positive right now. So, and I'm not quite sure you get any bonus for, oh wait, no, there it is. The planet's loyalty plus 20% and city's output plus 13%. Yeah, okay, well, either way, I'm not too fussed. Learning drugs, combat drugs. Honestly, ground combat's kind of irrelevant to me. So long as you control the orbit, you'll win eventually. And so everything depends on the Navy. So anything that helps the Navy, I prefer. But I do need to get one of these level 4 things to actually go into the level 5 techs. Combat drunks? Drunks? Well, combat drunks, that sounds like something I'd employ in the Empire. But you know what? Let's go with the food conversation and the food processing. More happiness. That'd be pertinent. Okay. The legislation's done. The colonization's done. Yep. Okay. Cool. The 1 planet. The war's going fine. Yep. Borders. Planet 1. War. Colonization. The only number that's important. Let me check it. It's not. Doesn't seem to have gone down much. If I click it again. Okay, it went down then. Ooh, what happened? Okay, we lost 167 fighting the hive. Let me guess, it's at Seamos. Yep, we just... we sent ships forward and forgot about this one. Okay, can we get like a priority defense order on here? That would be a smart idea, guys. Oh, we even conquered this one. Yeah, it's fine. There is no massive strategic blunders going on up here. None at all. We did conquer Rocker. So maybe we should look to these things. Oh, black hole proximity. Yes, yes. That somehow helps our research. I'm not sure how, but it does. Don't question it. See, the Vics aren't a major race. They don't even have robots. Nah, they're silly. They're stupid. Apparently, yeah, we still have a diplomat. And this is why we're at war. See, 3 charisma. Terrible. Well, you did us a favor. We can just conquer some planets. Let's conquer this one, and this one. I like the short frontage. The less frontage, the easier it is for us to control the direction of the war, or something like that. Something strategic. Yep. Oh, that's just a slug. We don't care about slugs. We can conquer this one. How's it going over here? If we took this cluster here, and we would have taken that, then it will ultimately be good for us. So let's queue all this up. The slugs in the hive have had a little bit of a spat. Well, you know, slug wars. Yep, Seamos is still being Seamos. There's a lot of death going on there. Yep, claim you. And we will claim you. Somehow the bugs attacked Ralat. Probably launched them from here, even though we're in the middle of a space fight. And that's all too. Ooh. This got up to 50, which doubles the output of the Heraldic Bureau, which means all this stuff will come through quicker, which is great. We'll be able to bribe houses more often. Okay, there's a lot, because I invited ambassadors. Okay, event. Mysterious collapse in a modern mine. We have modern mines? You spoil me, sir. You look at your mustache. You're an investigator. Yes, every investigator has a fine mustache. But yes, let's have a look. This should never have happened. 50% chance to uncover an alien plot. Or 50% to get troublesome findings. Compensate the miners' families. We could ignore it and there'd be a strike. Deny the incident. Trigger event mastery and trigger event incompetent assassin. Well, I don't see... let's investigate. The Emperor will apparently personally investigate this. I mean, rightly so. It's a modern mine. Modern problems, modern solutions. And the Emperor is a modern man, most assuredly. Besides the fact that he is a despot. We ignore that part. Injustice. We got reports that some judges are incompetent. Incompetent judges? Never. And carrying out arbitrary and unjust verdicts. Yeah, I won't say anything about that. I don't know enough about the judicial system as it is in real life to know much. I mean, hopefully they're not arbitrary. At least in good countries. Quotation marks, good. Can't be helped. We will gain incompetent judges for 30 turns, minus 10 happiness, but I just got it over 100, and the rebels gained plus 200 support. Ah, dear. Oh, well. Outrageous, let the military investigate this. Every governor has a chance for 20% chance for minus 1 loyalty. No. Compensate the unjustly. Fine. We will dole out a load of money. Thank you, judges. You are so competent. I already did that one. Okay. Ambassador. Oh, yes, we invited you. Let's have a look. So, we're friends with... Well, we're not friends with you. We can just declare war on you. How about that? This serves you right for being blue. And having the the Legend of Zelda triangle thing, I think, on your chest. I mean, that is cultural of you, I suppose. You're trying to appeal to us? I don't know much about Zelda, so I'm afraid it doesn't work.
Let's improve relations. Let's discuss our discuss our differences. Let's give you money. And it's not as effective as just putting some bureaucratic muscle into it. Let's start a cultural exchange. Okay, what does that do again? Cultural exchange. Oh wait, that just improves the charisma of our diplomats. That's just 1.9. I don't know if it rounds up. I don't think that's worth it, to be fair. Audience. Yes, audience, thank you. Yeah, let's just sign a load of documents. Thumbs up. Okay, now, yes, what did that do? Cultural similarities. Now, see, that gives us plus 25% for nothing. Permanent plus 10 relationships, relations. Don't know what it does, really. Guess it means they're less likely to shoot us, though. Trade value. It's not worth that much. Okay, never mind. I feel probably political connections. Yeah, there you go. The Thal. Ah, yes, the other people who are the main threat. Right, we'll put the bureaucratic points into you, and so long as nothing else bad happens, it'll be fine. Yeah, political connections. Vital Mech. Now, yes, you sue for peace now that you're dead. No affection. Yes, very well. We will show mercy to Vital Mech. Now, power vacuum. Oh yeah, there's a whole what's it called? Banquet that I organised. Yes. We at House London think that in order to enlarge our holdings, we need to enter rivalry with the royal house. But I just got cordial with you, you bastards. Dear. And if I do anything else, and they'll become rivals. This is what I mean. The houses are just bound to eventually end up hating you at some point. That you can lose these, but it's rather arbitrary. Dear. And I'm not giving you my money. Lose 5 stability. I just got it to 50 as well. Very well, House Londacron. I'm going to rename you something rather silly when I remember to, and I can think of something offensive. Banquet. Okay. I could improve my stability, but it's going to take a while to get to 50 anyway. So again, we'll just smother them with platitudes. Now, yes, you're the people who are just about to hate me. Even though you really like my banquet, okay, and you have the glasses, you're in the club of the visor people. Well, since you're about to hate me, I'll try to improve my relations. You love my banquet too. Good. You're neutral. This would buff you up quite a bit, or I could gain quite a lot of secrets. Honestly, I kind of forgot what secrets do. Sure. Even the Richelvi, who hate me, give it an 8. They give it an 8. And if I do this, then they'll actually go neutral. Yes. Now, you, Louis. You climb me quite a lot. Let's get more secrets. Secrets? I can't speak. Oh, we have grudges. How many grudges? Grudges? We have 2 grudges. Okay. Which... yeah, they give minus 30 each. Okay, oh god, it's expensive, but... it's quite a lot of opinion that I'll gain from it. 60 reputation, and that'll actually push them over into cordial. So, yes. Spend all our money. Hey, Martin. You love us. We don't need to talk about our differences. There are no differences. Let's get a load more secrets. And you. Do it secretly. Yes. There we are. Right. Enter. And how much have we wiped out? Okay, that hurt. but it's mostly fine. You, who now have a minus 100, you're still neutral, that's fine. Okay.
Attention. The following recording is highly sensitive, intended for authorized personnel only. Knowledge of the following information is considered high risk to the state and well-being of the people. Any transgression is high offense, and the sentence is absolute. Begin recording.
We are not sure as to where the original virus originates from, animal, environmental, or man-made. But the greatest window of opportunity to study it, the resources and funding for such an endeavor were understandably short, and today there is no longer any existing trace of it. What is known is that it appeared to look like a bacteriophage, a virus that attacked cells and essentially turned them into a factory to produce more of itself. However, the incidental researchers of the time came to have a relative certainty that rather than targeting bacterial cells, the virus targets eukaryotic cells. Instead, it seems to rapidly target and hijack every single human cell within range from the point of infection, placing a priority to reach a major blood vessel as soon as possible. Upon doing so, it seems that the virus is able to disguise itself as a blood cell as it travels up the arteries, bypassing the blood-brain barrier and rapidly infecting the brain cells before the immune systems can be ready.
Recording expunged. 7 minutes.
As mentioned earlier, the virus then rapidly hijacks the host within seconds, taking over all organs and specific regions of the brain. Because of this rapid infection, initial symptoms of the victim has always resulted in
Recording expunged. 2 minutes.
able to contaminate an entire population of workers in any building within seconds, rapidly leading to an exponential destruction of a city if left unchecked, the very nature of a virus that rapidly brought doom to civilization since day zero.
Recording expunged. 6 minutes.
Or perhaps infection if left untreated. We're not quite sure whether to rule it out to some sort of healing ability, or whether or not the damage merely destroyed a now vestigial organ.
All remaining data expunged. Have a nice day.
It's time that we stop taxing you. Peasants, you're being taxed again. You enjoy your, I hope you enjoyed it while it was, while I was being graceful. Yes. And can I? No, the Emperor's done. He's pieced out. He's done working. Okay. I could. How much does it cost again? Wife, Sonia. You can't even shift mundane tasks to the Emperor because it costs 500. Could organize rest, but that's expensive. So fine. But, you know, Ava, you're the one who lost my mark or something, right? Why don't... Why don't I give you, something, what improves authority? Because that helps us with votes. Most renowned Star-Lord. Sure, there you go. Awarding incompetence. That's the way to do it. Winhard, I want to get you to Cordial, so I've already given you Knight of the Blue Nebula. Ethan? Sure, let's go with Ethan. Champion of the Imperial Fist, plus 35? Yes, go on. There you go. Alright, they're Cordial. Who else is near? You're near, despite the fact that you hate us. Logan, yes. Yeah, bonk, and bonk. There we are. Give them some medals and some regalia, and they like us. I mean, they're capped at neutral. Oh well, that was my bad. Oh well. How goes the whole? Yeah, okay, but we're blowing the hive up real good, so it's okay. The Vix, yeah, it still hurts fighting them, but I haven't lost a planet to them yet. I'll see. Guys, could you... What is going on here, guys? What is happening? You can just stop losing. Stop withdrawing your fleets the moment you win. Just stay there for 1 turn, 3 turns. You know, let us actually take the... We did take the planet, see? We've actually got a governor on this poor Logan Godwin who's just been left to die, basically. It's like, yeah, we got the planet. Good luck, Logan. We're out. Bye. Yep. What happened? Why is he... He's not... This isn't Logan. What happened to Logan? Is he dead now? I don't know. It's fine. Fucking Xeno expert my ass. You just like, you think... I don't see any expertise at play here. Yeah, the Vics are coming with like a whole lot of people as well. That's good. Good. Let me just quickly check. No, see, squadrons are fine. Oh, and yes, our new fleets will be entering service now. We check this. We got a lot more missiles and guided missiles. Total beam damage is slightly higher. Our hit points is slightly higher, and our shield is slightly higher. Slightly less scanners, but I suppose that's a price we're willing to pay. And how's it going over here? It all seems fine. We're not at war with anyone here, which is good. Good. See, I didn't need to build that starbase. We won eventually. And we'll probably have a few excess. So, you know, let's just order this for claiming. Let's have a look. Oh, we actually have colonized quite a bit of stuff here. Not around here. We are a bit lacking in the whole colonization aspect, but that's all right. And research. We got a bit of research done. Oh, and I finished some maybe last term because it's got nothing doing. That's all right. The research points still accumulate even if I haven't picked anything. City high-speed transit system. Theory. Just more theory. Improved tractor beams, better shields. Yeah, well, we need this to advance, so yes, do that. And electronics. Cyber City Major. Base City's output +8. Autopilot. Nah, we could. Does this give us modernization points? No, it does not. Ooh, organic matter replication. Just more food efficiency. Sure. I don't want to be perturbed by the food problems. Once again, we're below 100 because I'm taxing peasants again. Yep. How much money am I making? Not that much, so I'm not gonna lower any taxes. The reform is 47 if I click this. It's ticking up, Yeah, you know what, just smash a few turn buttons. Oh wait, research is done, okay. Okay. Light assault holes, cheap oh! Mineral refining, could do that, but let's do the colonization. Yes, civilian shipyards. Once again, something that we just don't have. You know, trading shuttles and whatever this does, it's an event. Let's do it. And you know what? I kind of want to see what that is. So I'm gonna smack a load of points into it. 61 per turn. Maybe we'll get it before the next audience. Planet 1. Ship design. Yes, the combat reconfigured is finished. Okay, there we go. Spammed a load of points. The fiscal reform has also been completed. Wonderful. We still don't have enough to really get anything else done, but that's fine. Still no popular support from the people for any of these, so let's get the administrative reform. Yes, look at that. Now that our tax efficiency is up, we make quite a bit more money, which is grand. Just grand. Quite a lot of stuff seems to have happened. The war with the Vix continues on. We seem to be winning. Everything seems to be going fine. There's still lots of stuff to colonize. The slugs are still happening. We lost a planet. I'm going to guess it's Seamos. Okay, no, it wasn't. How is Seamos doing? Hey, we've actually pushed stuff out. Okay. Let's slow down the prioritization on that. Yeah, okay. Ship design, reinforcements, war, blah, 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 blah. Audience. Let's have a look at the audience. Ah, yes, the whole mine blowing up. It would be better if we never started the investigation, my lings. It turns out the mine collapse is due to a cardinal negligence, and a member of the royal house was involved. Bribes were involved as well. It looks ugly. Oh dear. Not true. It must have been the aliens who did it. Debate regarding the alien threat. Cover it up. Yep, the aliens did it. The aliens did it. Missing freighter. Drop the matter. Investigate it. Could be incompetent courtiers or the plot of a noble house. Either way, let's investigate it. Archaeology. Could sell it. Study it thoroughly for money. That gives... Doesn't improve the amount of science you get from it by too much. And that just gives plus... Yeah, no, analyze it. There you go. They're dead. Yeah, sure, we'll show mercy. The Nagal. Excavation treaty, yes. Declare war, no. Merchant connections, sure. An interesting story. There is no original entry and hasn't been realized as related to the royal bloodline and was even promised a throne if certain conditions are met. I know it's an old story but and can be interpreted in various ways, but... Oh, great. Could bribe you. Losing monarchism will affect everyone. Yeah, sure, fine. Have some money. Gut suckings. Gut suckers? Blood suckers. Known as the right to construct an orbital observatory on distant planets. It's a sign. Chancellor, deal with it now. Gosh. Fine. Oh, great. No. Go away. You're all incompetent.
This is not good. Detractors of your reign will be all over this and your involvement in the incident. How is this my fault? In summation of what would otherwise be a very long explanation, one of your relatives, Ava— Oh, God! Wherever she and that name goes, a curse follows. Continue. Ava, after having been involved in numerous debacles and embarrassments, it would seem looked to follow in your example. Dear God, Ava, it seems, tried to make up for past mistakes. She wanted to modernize one of the larger mining complexes and use it as an example to the nation of what your vision for the Empire is in the future. But the complex was modern, it was fresh, new. They even had hard hats and hand grenades. Hand grenades? I told the techies to make variants for industrial applications. Easier to approve a variant of an already mass-produced design. Right. Anyway, yes, Ava might have wanted to set a good example, but when it came to commitment, let's just say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Enough snarky remarks untowards my management style, Wilson. Get on with it. Ava picked a modern complex because it was easier to implement her vision to it. She also thought it would be cheaper. Naturally, the girl knows nothing about mining, architecture design, or human resource management. so she ended up just bottlenecking the lines, creating hazardous working conditions. And when the expenses piled up, she started taking questionable contracts on the cheap to help her get her projects finished. Questionable how? Well, the contractors paid her for the right to use the mines, effectively a bribe, and these contractors filled the mines with indentured alien laborers. So, how is this my fault? You mean besides the blood relation? While the investigation was ongoing, you granted her the title as Most Renowned Star-Lord. The timing makes it appear as if you had awarded her for this incident, or worse, had been the one who ultimately orchestrated it. Regardless, the suits and ties will be out for your house now, and so would begin the surgical movement to dismantle my authority. If the public domain starts poking around the closet, they'll find more than enough skeletons. They'd leapfrog from lawsuit to conspiracy to demands for compensation. And I can think of more than one vassal who would be in no shortage of desire or ammunition to supply them with to see me in deep shit. This cannot be allowed to pass, Chancellor. Bring the investigator back. Your most renowned Majesty, I knew you would call upon me again. How might I serve the Empire? Frankly, you could do with a lobotomy. That way you'd be just as useless as most and have never uncorked this mess. But you wouldn't do that. You can't afford to, else I figure you already would have. The revelations of your family and administration on the precipice of being exposed. So, how might I be of use? The findings of your investigation have already been sent to the Ministry of Justice? Indeed. Chancellor, we have yet to expand or modernize this ministry, correct? Correct. It will be weeks at best until these findings see the light of day. Well, Chancellor, I believe we recently had a spat of incompetent judges. I think that the problem runs deeper. Put the entire ministry under investigation. I want an extensive one that'll keep them more concerned with their jobs than doing any actual work. Fire a few people, make it look authentic. And you're going to conduct a follow-up investigation, and you're going to find out that their conspiracy runs deeper than first imagined. Emperor, I'm no charlatan. Perhaps not, but you are now considerably richer and accident-prone. So, listen closely. Ava Celestio is a true believer in my imperial mandate, but first and foremost she is a champion of the people. Sources go so far as to say that she is even more so their champion than I. But her compassion and progressive vision were naively misguided. She sought to build an example of not just an empire that we'd be proud of, but one that our alien residents could aspire to be part of too. She looked upon my work and thought that this does not go far enough. She took it upon herself to take it one step further, for which I would come to award her the title of Renowned Star-Lord, as word of her work reached my ears. But the institutional keyholders, the managers, the engineers with their private educations and fiscal-orientated goals, confounded her efforts at every step. Malicious compliance to her well-meaning but poorly planned renovations were allowed, and every good step was undone with 2 acts of treachery. Ava yet prevailed, and fined several firms responsible for the gross mistreatment of alien residents, and had their contracted labourers reallocated to the mine complex. She created her vision for the future of the Empire, a modern one where aliens and humans worked as equals in safe and well-endowed jobs. A delusional sentiment, of course, but one that was in good intention. Fearing that this new imperial mantra of tolerance and civil liberty would upset their own people, the Vix, the Thal, the Antarans conspired to make a poor example of it and me. They managed to radicalize individuals in the alien labor pool, and between the radicals and some, agents, they conducted industrial sabotage and set the whole thing up to frame it as typical imperial incompetence. This is the story your next investigation will tell, and upon your discovery reported your findings immediately to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and to me. This revelation, I will have the findings of it disseminated across the nation. The media, always eager for a big, bold letter headline, will eat it up. And by the time your real findings hit the public headlines, the whole thing has already been debunked as an alien plot. The civilized races will not like this one bit, Emperor. And whatever are they going to do about it? Embargo the strongest economy in the galaxy? Tamper with democratic elections? Heaven above, they might even declare hostilities if they're eager to lose a few dozen planets. There is no force outside the borders of my empire that threatens us. The time for that is long behind us, and with this incident fresh in public memory, the time for strong and decisive men like me will have never been greater.
I think I'll just about do it, but just before I depart, let's mess around with the fleet modernization. And since the combat recon has now been approved, we might see about fitting them in. So, the combat recon I think is in. Where is it? Is it a cruiser? No, it is not a cruiser. It's a frigate, okay. If I downgrade you, I could probably get a downgrade you to combat recon. Maths. Not my finest suit. Is this worth messing around with? Does give missiles coordination. Twice as hard to outmaneuver, but we sacrifice a large amount of our missiles anyway just doing this. But it's still superior to the amount we were firing before this upgrade, so okay. And then if we go into the... we're using the Combat Recon, the Assault Hydra, and the Hawkeye. And we're using the Emperor's Fist as well. So... this thing, what could we do? We could install decoys, additional missiles. What's cheap? Increased HP. What does that do? Well, obviously it increases HP, but I was wondering by how much. We're actually at maximum capacity now, so that's not so important. We're not stressing on that. So really, we just need to have better. We just need to up the combat ability, and I guess just a flat HP upgrade will do that for them. So that's you. Now we're also using the combat recon. Give it data link, and that would help with the signature tracking. You know what? We'll do that. Give it the signature tracker. There we go. I mean the data link. And that way we actually get a bonus from actually using the darn things. Now Assault Hydra. More missiles? We could. Improve shields. I won't mess around with it too much. Let's just improve the HP. Okay, so the Combat Recon, the Assault Hydra, and the Emperor's Fist. Were we using something else as well in this new one? The Hawkeye. The Hawkeye. Okay. You have very little HP. There's not much point in increasing it. Point defense? Nah. More missiles. There we go. A little missile carrier. There we go. Okay. And that'll come out after the next audience. Ah, there we go. Trading shuttles and... oh, more maximum. Yeah, you know what? We need that. Theory Space Command. Okay, I've messed around with it a bit too much. I keep meaning to just spam through all the returns, but the research and the audience stuff keeps dragging me down. Just before we end then... there we go. Alright, there we go. That's it. We're done. The food issue has finally been sorted. Our squadrons are maxed out. We're getting better ships out finally. The research is ticking along. The finances are up. The situation with the royal houses is better, despite the game's best attempts to thwart me. And we actually have enough money to actually try getting one of these projects underway. So all seems to be well. There's not much I'm going to mess around with that, so that'll do.